A sport without honor. 9:16 a.m. B. I feel that I can tell you absolutely everything about me. I cannot explain why. Incidentally, he told me his life story, and that he used to be addicted to alcohol, but that he managed to stop drinking for the past 5 years. That immediately put me off him, as I do not want to have a relationship with anybody who's had problems with any form of addiction. I don't know if we'll ever get to meet, but as I said before, I feel I can open myself to you and tell you anything. Hey, just had an idea. How about you will be my diary, and all that I write to you, I'll put in the book that I started writing 10 years ago. I want to tell you a fact that happened to me on the 24th of January, 1996. Following the separation from my husband in 1996, I kept thinking what I could do on Sundays, when I had the children with me, as I had many contacts with many clients, firms and banks. Thanks to my previous work activity, I got in touch with a sport club for the disabled. It was a basketball team on wheelchairs. They were top of their category. I made an appointment with the team manager, and when we met, I said that, if he wanted, I could gather funds in their favor, as I knew so many people who could contribute to the team, and in exchange, I would have a place where I could spend my Sundays with the kids and keep them busy. He accepted gladly, and he put me in touch with the team trainer. I rang him, and we met, and he introduced me to the whole team. They were all friendly and likable. On Friday and Saturday evenings, I would go to the gym where they were training and spend time with them. And as the weeks went by, I got to meet the players' families and made friends with them too. The following month, though, something happened that changed everything. On a Saturday evening, the players asked me if I wanted to join them for a pizza in a restaurant. I agreed, and they said I could leave my car by the gym, as I could go in one of their cars. And after dinner, they would have driven me back to where my car was. It seemed perfectly logical and did not suspect anything. I was the only woman with 7 men. Not all players were there that evening. I got in the car with 4 of the players. As soon as we finished eating, I thought they were going to drive me back. But they started saying that they wanted to go for a drink in a local nightclub and that they would have taken me back to my car after that. I really didn't know what to do. I did say I did not want to go with them, but they insisted so much and told me not to be a spoilsport, that they would have a glass of champagne and then would leave right away. I was really against all this. I had never been to a nightclub for men only, as it turned out to be, and felt embarrassed, but I put up with it as I was on my own out in the countryside and did not wish to hitchhiking a drive back with some stranger, especially at night, as I was aware of the dangers. I felt betrayed and cheated by people I had trusted implicitly. Yes, they were disabled, but not 100%. So they were quite strong. The ones I was with had a missing leg and had a prosthesis, but were able to walk and even run, and due to all the training were quite strong. We got to the club. The minutes felt like hours. Naked women were dancing around enticing. Clients and I felt like a prisoner of those 4 men. I kept protesting, saying I wanted to go until it seemed to get the message. We left the nightclub and got into their car, but I soon realized we were not going through the normal road, the one we came by, but through country lanes. I asked, them where the hell they were going. But they answered, it was quicker that way. My heart was pounding, and I thought of calling a friend of mine. But I heard the noise the phone battery makes when it runs out. By then, I was really afraid, and rightly so. The car stopped, and one of the men seated on the front seat turns around and says, "Well, Barbara, who are you going to first?" I shouted back, "Are you crazy? What are you saying? If this is a joke, it isn't really. Bad taste. I've had enough. Take me back to my car now." He said, "No, it's not a joke, and even if you don't want to have sex, with us, we will go around telling everybody that you did." I managed to open the door and slammed it hard as I was getting off and started walking. It was terribly cold. I grabbed my phone and pretended to be making a call, although I knew the phone battery was dead. One of them shouted from the window, "We know your phone is not working. We heard the noise of the failing battery earlier on. You're on your own." And started laughing and then started chanting loudly. 1, 2, 3, 4. I shouted back, "I'd rather walk all the way back on my own rather than get in the car with you." They then said it was all just a big joke and did all they could to convince me. I got back in the car, but I knew they had not joked when they wanted sex with me. As soon as we got back to where Mem